Since we're talking about quick fixes or fixes that are going to refresh a space, let's talk about tiles because, oh my goodness, there are amazing options out there when it comes to tiles.
Tiles are extraordinary for the layer of interest they create in spaces, and obviously not a really quick fix, but it can be a dramatic transformation.
For sure.
I went to one of our favorite tile resources, which is Sarah Gra, and they have a few locations in Ontario, and I wanted to talk to them about what's trending, what's hot right now, and one of the big trends is metallics. So what you're looking at there is something that's got a copper influence. They have all kinds of things, chrome influences, solid copper, flecks of gold, flecks of silver, and what you're really looking for nowadays most often is something that's kind of subtle. So this is a porcelain. Porcelain is stronger than granite. So sometimes people think, oh, tiles, they're really, you know, dainty and you have to be careful. No, porcelain is actually a really strong material. This is suitable for indoor use. You can put this on the floors, you can put this on the walls. It's beautiful. You're going to see lots of metallics in a subtle way coming into homes.
Let's talk about these colors. So what is the material here?
Color is happening. It's happening. So what they've done, one of the big popular trends in the last couple of years has been the look of wood in tile. And that's become very popular commercially, but also people are using it in their homes. And what they did is they've been asked to create some wood tiles that are colorful. Because in Europe, they're often ahead of us in terms of their ability to embrace color. They'll do strong pinks and strong purples and a bright mint color like that, where we tend to be a little bit more reserved. We'll pull back a little bit.
I would be scared, because where would I put that?
Well, this would be beautiful on a wall. This could be beautiful on a wall as your backsplash in the kitchen. And remember, you're talking about the backsplash in the kitchen. It's at eye level. So what you do there really impacts what the rest of the kitchen looks like.
Amazing.
But beautiful range of colors. And another trend, of course, is putting them on a hexagon or a houndstooth kind of pattern creates a lot of interest. So
this I love.
You can go for an inexpensive tile, but do it in an interesting pattern and it'll look more expensive.
And of course, you might want this instead of wood because this is going to be very low maintenance and last forever,
It lasts forever. It really will.
Idea.
It's beautiful. Another trend, the octagon is back. It's something that we've seen before. Nice big scale. And in general, the bigger the scale of the tile, the more gracious and open the room looks. So don't be afraid of the large scale, but this is a more interesting shape. Obviously, you're going to need someone who's a professional installer to install something like this. Slightly more complicated than just two squares meeting up, and you want to make sure that it's done well. If you go to a tile showroom that you trust, you get a salesperson to help you, they're going to tell you whether or not it's suitable for walls or for the floor. So again, this is porcelain. This is going to be able to put on the floors for lots of traffic. It can also be on the walls. If the color is through and through, and it's a porcelain, meaning if the dye color goes all the way through the body of the tile, you could even use it outdoors. So it can be lovely if you have a swimming pool and a cabana and you want to do something interesting. Porcelain's a great way to go.
No, you say you can use this on the walls. It's so heavy, though. There's a way to do that?
Yes, there is. Don't ask me the technicality.
Oh, don't hire me or her to install them. Like, we're not going to do that for you.
You need a professional installer. And you go to somewhere like Sarah Gra, and they can give you a recommendation.
Figure it out for you.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that's interesting, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a mix of two different materials, a grain of wood and a stone finish, treated similarly from a color perspective. So that's another trend where they're actually mixing wood and stone together and then treating it similarly. And the scale of this, the plank scale of this, again, really gracious, super interesting, beautiful in a home, but also for commercial as well.
That's gorgeous. Now, what is this over here?
This is a game changer. This is what we call a game changer. So when you're an interior designer, think of us poor little interior designers. I'm coming to your house. I want to show you your new tile floor. I have to bring all these different samples or you won't know what it's going to look like once it's installed. So God bless them. They came out with a way to create a printed version. Isn't that spectacular?
Smart.
So you can see without breaking your back what these large scale tiles are going to look like.
That is genius.
Now, everybody was just in Milan for the tile show, and a really big trend is large scale tiles. So we're even seeing 3 feet by 4 foot tiles. Very big, which means it's going to be impossible to bring those samples home.
Absolutely.
So this is the beginning of something I think we're going to see a lot more of.
Yeah, that is great. Oh, the options are so beautiful.
I know there are people now going, I want that to, I want to use that on my backsplash.
Yeah, no kidding.
Give me that paper.
Thanks to Sarah Gra Tile. We are going to be drawing for a $300 gift card after the show. Go have fun with that. Beautiful options. talking to backsplash, there is some beautiful backsplash tile in the kitchen Karen renovated. Let's take a look at the redesign.
Moving the doorway to the mudroom over that 18 inches made a huge difference in the way this kitchen laid out.
It really did. We now have a full depth counter and pantry.
Looks amazing. And didn't we were originally going to plan to have the island coming off of this wall, weren't we?
We were, and then we realized the guest back would be towards people in the living room.
Right, and then Ralph, my husband, had a wonderful idea to have the island come off this way, and I love the way the countertop, you see the countertop from the dining room, and the waterfall edge with the marble.
Exactly. What I also really love is the full height glass cabinets that you see when you first enter.
Yeah,
really
beautiful focal point, right?
Yeah.
Typically you wouldn't have the stove on the party wall, but in this case, because we took the cabinetry right up to the ceiling, it gave us the opportunity to vent up and out. It looks great.
And what we also added here was a backsplash that complements the shape of the detail on the cabinet.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And the lights you chose are wonderful, and they have a bit of a vintage look. And it's also really nice here when you stand here, Elisa, you can see the mudroom. And choosing just a simple piece of furniture for storage, I think is a really nice idea.
Yeah, we also added some simple hooks, which is really all we need.
It's perfect. I think the whole plan turned out great.
Yeah.